So we got a lot of news today, a bunch of rumors from, once again, an extremely credible source has dropped a whole bunch of information in our laps. It's going to be a two-part kind of news segment today. All of this comes courtesy of Cybertron.com and that credible source that we've discussed in the past. He's been right before, and now this stuff shows up, and let's jump into it. So it's a lot of Kingdom news and a little bit of an explanation of what's going to be happening this Tuesday and the tail end of Earthrise. So let's start with the Earthrise part. It seems that Earthrise is only going to be 3 waves. It's going to end its retail run this summer, so that's going to be the end of that. And we're going to be going into a fall liquidation with a winter schedule of the first wave of Kingdom. Kingdom is set to debut the winter of 2020, specifically December. Now, according to this, Kingdom is going to be confirmed to have Galvatron. He's going to be a leader class with multiple repaint variations done through multiple sources. So we're going to probably see a Transformers Select, version done in toy colors, let's say. Then we'll get a different colored version that might be like the Marvel comic, or maybe we're going to get a crazy variation that's trying to be like a Unicron trilogy color, like his Energon / Superlink color scheme. Like there's one of many ways that could be interpreted. Maybe he comes with a small green matrix, just like his old eHobby release. But pretty much what the takeaway from this is leader class Galvatron toy. So, hey, yay, it's been a while since we got a decent Galvatron. The Fossilizers are going to be showing up first with code names, so the names that we've seen of Fossilizers thus far we should take with a grain of salt. Like there's one called Catbone and another called Wingsore. That makes sense considering the fact that the one that did show up, which I believe was Chomp Stomp or Stomp Chomp or whatever, I kind of had a feeling that was probably going to be just a code name thing. I mentioned in the past how Hasbro used to do that a lot with studio series, where all these little code names or nods to other TV shows. They did like a whole bunch of Seinfeld nods. And then, of course, the actual figures are actual show characters and their trademarks are used properly. Catbone and Wingsore, those ain't Transformer trademarks. So, yeah, who knows what they are? They're probably going to be new characters. Again, all we know about this Fossilizer thing is that it's some kind of armor that attaches a kind of spiritual successor to the plug and play concept of what is, I guess, the weaponizer stuff and everything. But we'll know more when that time comes. Nothing confirmed at this moment. It says here the Titan class will be something that features an airlock, and will have a transforming companion that has never transformed before, and will have multiple accessories. Now, the mention of an airlock makes you go, oh, a ship, gee, what is the most iconic ship in all of Transformers? Now, this could go both ways. And I'll tell you why. Maybe we're thinking the Ark, and the transforming companion that's never transformed before, maybe it's Teletran 1. Maybe it's that. But since we're going into a Beast Wars kind of thing, maybe this is the Axelon, and the companion that's never transformed before is Sentinel, as in the Sentinel shield program and security program. That's another possibility, but that might be stretching too. So it could be one or the other. I'm leaning more towards the Ark. Again, Hasbro, they always want to make it the centerpieces of San Diego Comic-Con, their Titans and stuff, and the Ark is, in my opinion, look, you know me, Beast Wars is my boy. I love Beast Wars to death. But the Ark is the more iconic ship of Transformers. So iconic so that even in Beast Wars, it was, within fiction, it was hailed and worshipped, built out of, die-cast construction. So I think it's probably going to be the Ark. Again, the wording is very, very careful with the wording here. Transforming companion that's never transformed before. Not the actual base itself, because again we look at animated and the transforming Ark that was used for Omega Supreme. I almost said Supreme. Omega Supreme. Yeah, I could see it being the Ark more than the Axelon. And technically, actually, the Axelon has also had a transforming Transformer. Technically, there was that weird United repaint way back in the day when they did that with the, I believe it was the Sharkticon mold. Yeah. Very weird one, that one. Anyways, let's move along here. So also in Kingdom, it says that there's going to be a Deluxe Warpath. And that's very interesting because they're revisiting the only single Minibot up to this point that hasn't had a smaller figure remake. Now, I actually had this discussion, I want to say a couple of days ago on Twitter, I think, where someone was saying like, hey, are we going to get a new Warpath? And I said, well, we had a Warpath toy done in 2019 of the reissues. That means that the trademark's been used. So technically, Hasbro doesn't have to put out a new Warpath. Doesn't mean that they won't. It just means they don't have to when they've done something so recently, because that's how the trademarks roll over. And the whole, that's a whole other discussion that me and Aaron Archer have done many times. But the point is, I'm surprised that they're going with a Deluxe again. But then this will go into the second part, and I think I know why they want to go with Warpath being a Deluxe. And it's not just because, he was a Deluxe last time he was done in Generations and everything. And here's the second part. More Deluxes are going to be based on Minibots to scale with, and this is what I think. I think that they're really going to be thinking about scale here. Beast Wars characters are much smaller than G1 characters. So Minibots would scale more better. A Bumblebee would scale more better with an Optimus Primal and a Rhinox. So I think that they're using Minibots to populate the Deluxe price point because it'll scale better with Deluxe-based characters, a Tigatron, Air Razor, Rhinox, whoever. And then that leads to the next part here, because the rumor now we go into the core class, and the rumor was, the core class is going to have Optimus and Megatron in it. And we assumed that Optimus and Megatron was going to be G1. Apparently, that might not be the case. Now it might be that Optimus and Megatron that we saw might actually be Beast Wars characters. And when we think of small Optimus and Megatron Beast Wars characters, we think of Bat Primal and Croc Megatron, which would be a super interesting twist if they went that route. I'd be really down for that if that happened. That'd be crazy. I would love that if they didn't go ape Optimus. I mean, obviously, from a business standpoint, it makes sense to go ape Optimus and T-Rex Megatron because that's what the casual fans remember, and that's what would make them revisit this toy line if they saw it in the shelves. They'd be like, oh man, Beast Wars, I remember that as a kid. But the hardcore fans that are in that world already are familiar with that, already have gotten that taste over and over. Wouldn't it be crazy to go back and go over like alt modes that never happened, and it almost turns Kingdom into more of a what if? Like, what if, the Croc Megatron and Bat Optimus were just if the Beast Wars story happened and it went in a different direction, and as a result, they were a bat and a Croc instead of a T-Rex and an ape. Just a little something to chew on here. Says here the size class for Erodimus is still not confirmed, and people are kind of wrong here. So I guess he's not going to be a leader class. Probably, maybe, I guess, a Voyager. I don't know, maybe a large Voyager. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the rumors. Again, take it with a grain of salt, but this is a very creditable source. So this is stuff that, from what I could tell, will probably end up being real, I guess. And this falls into my second part here, is this same credible source in the past that was correct, is pretty much probably going to be predicting what's going to be happening this weekend. Excuse me, not this weekend, but after this weekend, which is actually, as of this recording, it's going to be tomorrow, the first part of it. So the official Transformers Instagram account announced they're going to be doing, just like we had Hasbro Fan First Friday, now we're going to have Transformer Tuesdays. I swear, they're just making this up as they go along now. Transformer Tuesdays, so tomorrow on the 11th, and then August 18th, and then August 25th, and then September 1st, and then September 8th. We're going to be having all of these reveals done through various sources, whether it be Hasbro Pulse or Earth Entertainment, which is a distributor, or Big Bad Toy Store, which is a big famous, Transformer and action figure website. They're going to be doing reveals on their own social media of the future Generation Select stuff. Now, there's 5 here. I could think of 4 right away, and it's the 4 that we haven't been revealed yet that were on that leaked list. So we're talking Bug Bite, we're talking that G2 Megatron, we're talking Hot House, and we're talking Rorochi. Now, Bug Bite, obviously, it's probably going to be, the retool of the Cliffjumper / Earthrise Bumblebee. The G2 Megatron, I guess, either the Siege or the Earthrise Megatron. Probably now more the Earthrise Megatron when we think about it. Hot House, well, if we got Grease Pit from Ironworks, I guess Hot House is going to be a retool from Airwave, the modulator. So I guess they'll figure out some way to turn that into a fire station. Again, little piece here and there, and it makes all the difference, some color scheme. And Rorichi, it's going to be a fast track retool. So we pretty much know what those molds will be. We just never really saw what they look like yet. Should be pretty interesting to see what happens there. So tomorrow, expect me to talk about one of those guys. And again, there's 5 dates here. I've mentioned 4. The last one, I don't remember what the last one should be. I want to say it was a RED mold or something. Who knows? Anyways, we'll find out something. All we know is that they're going to be Generation Select stuff, so for a lot of people, that'll be yet again more web-exclusive stuff that will be difficult to get. But this is the name of the game and the future of the brand right now in the world we live in, and hopefully some of that stuff will find itself into retail, possibly GameStop, or for Canadians, maybe Toys R Us and everything like that. But yeah, that's what we got thus far. Let me know what you think about all this. What are you excited about? Let me know what you think of those rumors and everything that I prattled on about. But we'll definitely tackle more of this tomorrow. It says here lunchtime Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. We'll get some pictures and we'll discuss whatever gets revealed from Transformer Tuesday.